I've spent a lot of life focusing on what I'm not. I'm not rich. I'm not working in a field I want. I'm not doing shows like I want to do them. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm not this. I'm not that. And that's like my measurement, my way of this is how I measure myself is in what I'm not. I measure myself in my lack. And I would love to make a video explaining all the things that I wish to be, but that's another video of me saying what I'm not right now. And instead, I'm going to spend this entire video telling you who I am, which I think is going to be markedly more difficult than telling you who I'm not, because the 2 seconds that I've taken just now of thinking of that makes it difficult to put together what it is. And like, I would challenge you, think of who you are. How do you answer that question? Who am I? I mean, my gut instinct goes straight to my work, which it makes me feel gross. The first thing I think of is what I do for work. That would be who I am. I'm a videographer or video production specialist or YouTube manager, but that's not me. That's what I do for my paycheck, and it's just how I collect my money to be able to fund the life that I am. And then I go to comedian, but I don't believe that. Like, I tell people I am, but I don't believe it. It's one of those things like Christianity, where people say Jesus is alive and that Noah brought the animals on 2 by 2. You say it, but you don't like believe it. Like, it's not really deep in there. So my whole thing is, I can tell you I'm a comedian, but I don't believe it. And the reason why I get up on stage and tell jokes is because I don't think I'm a comedian, and I'm trying to prove to the people every time that I am by like pulling laughter out of them. So that's not true. I do believe I'm an improviser. I'm I usually call it a bullshitter because I can't say anything about myself that isn't negative, clearly. But I'm an improviser, and I think I'm one of the best improvisers. I do. It's not an egotistical thing. It's just that's my tism. But I'm not autistic. Once again, having a difficult time describing what I am. You follow me? I am. According to this capitalist society, a very lazy person. I am smart. I'm brilliant. I do believe that. I believe that I can think through things really well. I believe I'm emotionally intelligent. And now I'm noticing why people don't want to talk about what they are is because it's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. And the only way to figure out which of the two you are is in what other people say you are. And that's interesting, is because I can ask other people what I am and they can tell me, and then I can agree with them, and then that I can wear as myself. But I feel like who I am should come from the inside out, kind of like the Pixar movie with the characters, where everything in here is screaming to be validated by everything out there in order to prove that everything in here of who I think I am is right. But I for some reason am having a difficulty even telling you who I am. The whole purpose of this video is to tell you who I am, so that I can have a video evidence of who I am. But I'm struggling. I am justice oriented to a fault, stubborn to an extent. I'm very strong willed. I'm emotional. I'm a ham. I'm a cut up. I'm thinking of who I am that other people would see me as, but who do I see me as? And I realize that I don't really see me, because there's no value in that. I think if I were to actually see myself, I would be too powerful. God would have a nerf incoming if I believed in God, and it's nerf or nothing. Why is it so hard to explain who I am? I can explain what I do. I can explain why I do it, but like who I am, is who I am what I like doing? Who is me? Who am I? What makes me different? Is what makes me different what other people observe or what I believe about myself? And then that's tough, because there's not a lot of things I believe about myself that are good. There's a lot more things I believe about myself that are bad. Are we sensing a pattern here? Yes, we are. Are we getting to a point? Maybe. Honestly, I don't know if a point is necessary, because I don't want to spoon feed you any information. I don't want to be spoon fed information. I prefer a film that shows and doesn't tell. But talking head videos only tell and never show. My whole thing that I want to do is make things that are different than other people, and the only thing that makes them different than other people is me. But then who the fuck is me? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't know who is me, so if I don't know who is me, I don't know who about me makes me different than you. And am I different than you means that you will maybe watch me more. And I need more watch because I need more money. And that's the other issue that I run to, is that who I am is less defined by me, but more defined by what I can monetize. Because if I'm not paying for my life, then I'm not living my life. We've reached a point where it's almost like you need tons of money to just live, because live is so expensive. Groceries are so expensive. Waking up has a price tag on it. And if I need to get over that price tag, every waking moment has to be monetized. And I don't like that. This video doesn't have 1 point. This might have 8 points. And my problem is I don't want to be a part of anything that this is anymore. I mean, it's not my fault that I've worked under toxic shit for brain bosses. It's not my fault that they harassment. It's never my fault, but it's my fault for calling it out and trying to get it to change to be better for workplace. And I probably shouldn't have said that. That's why it's deep in the middle of the video. I can't put this out. I can't. There's nothing about this I can put out, because the problem is I'll be so focused on how well it performs. I judge anything I make on how well it performs. That's bad. I remember judging things I make because I like them and whether or not I liked them and thought they were funny. But money really does make things bad. Do I let other people define who I am, or do I define who I am? I don't know which one's right. I don't know. AC on. I think there's a part of me that wants to define myself. When you realize that it's all fake and none of it matters, it gets harder to try to push for anything. Because all you ultimately want to do is just move to the middle of nowhere and start a garden and live off the land quietly. Turn off the noise, get away from it all. Like, that would be the most beautiful and amazing thing. I swear to you, I would love it so much. I would be free. I would Henry David Thoreau it. And what sucks is that some people don't even know who Henry David Thoreau is. I'm scared. Every day I wake up stressed out of my mind because I live in a world that doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't save for my future because I don't believe I have one anymore. There was a time where I thought there was going to be a future, that we're going to have flying cars, and our debate was on whether or not we would live in futuristic cities or rural, living with the land style stuff where people would dream and create. And we were so amazed at the inventions and the discoveries that people had. And now we're just a bunch of fucking influencers arguing over who's dating who, and watching shows about people fucking each other, and are they fucking or are they not fucking. And it's like, what happened? What happened? Where is the future? Show me this future and I'll show you that there's no reason for me to keep going or keep pushing. So I don't understand any of this, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why it got this way. I don't know how it got this way. I don't understand. I don't get it. I wake up every day and I'm stressed. There's a new headline every 30 minutes that's just another blatant horror across my screen. I'm numb to watching people die on the internet. I'm numb to everything. I'm numb. And any chance at trying to pull any more emotion out of me breaks me further. I miss feeling like there was a future. I miss feeling like there was hope. I miss it so. So I join in and I watch the slop and I eat the shit and I party and I blow money to have fun. Because I don't know when this house of cards of this terrible reality comes falling to the ground where I'll be. But I'll figure it out. So who am I? At this point, I feel like you formulated an idea, so anything I tell you isn't going to change your mind about me. But I don't care about you anymore. Not in a relational sense, but whatever you think of me isn't what I think of me, unless what you think of me agrees with what I think of me. And then we're on the same page. I think I'm emotionally available. I feel deeply and I feel a lot, and I have strong sense of justice, and I care about the people that I love, and I love a lot of people that care about. So I don't know how to do this fucking YouTube thing, and I don't know if it's ever going to be a thing that I'll be able to do full time. But I know if I stick my head in the sand and have the same shameless idea of success as the fuckers who do evil shit, I should be fine.